And it's time for some more password. Grizz just brought out a new public update, so we're playing through that with Dean's route. And we'll go through this, as we did before, with Roswell and Tyson. What I'm going to do with the next videos, rather than the experiment we used before with just the changed scenes, I'm going to run through those in full, just slightly further apart than the other ones were. So hopefully it won't be too much the same for you guys. But anyway, this is Dean's route. Let's pick it up where we left off last time with Dave reflecting that finding the library and everything was a job for the morning. So we head into day 8. Surprisingly, I slept well, or at least as well enough as I could with so many things running through my head as I lay down. As I woke up, I could see Dean's fingers drumming lazily against his chest, so their arms still wrapped around me to keep me close. I shifted only a little bit, reaching out for his hand and finding him shine away the moment my fingers grazed his. Huh? Oh, sorry, did I wake you? I looked up at him and saw that he looked tired. Really tired. No, but how long have you been awake? Dean started to rub my back, keeping his eyes trained on the ceiling. Woke up sometime in the middle of the night. And you didn't sleep? I sat up so I was sitting next to Dean, looking down at him. I placed my hands on his belly, trying to catch his eye. My voice kept down low to try and let the others keep sleeping. Is everything all right? Yeah, I'm good. Dean threw his hands to his face, rubbing his eyes. I caught a glimpse of his fur, but they seemed puffy and wet. Maybe he's having an allergic reaction? Well, just after yesterday, would have taken some to help me sleep, but priorities changed. Priorities? Dean pulled his hands away, shooting me a tired smile. Well, you, of course. Had to make sure you were all right. Can't have you all worried now, can we? But are you going to be all right on this little sleep? I watched as he pushed himself up onto his elbows, then propping himself up on one hand so he can pull me closer with his other. His nose brushed softly against mine before he kissed me, backing off so he could sit opposite from me. I'll be all right. Might just take a nap later. If you say so. I looked over the other two, who so far still seemed to be asleep. Sal was having a pleasant dream from how he was idly chewing on his pillow with a happy smile. Ty, on the other hand, looked about as rough as Dean looked, although he still seemed asleep. Didn't help they seemed to be growling, though. In our own time, we all got up. Not it took that much longer after I'd awoken. Morning, guys. Did everyone sleep all right? Sleep? Oh, maybe got a couple of hours at best. I slept, yeah, not very well. Everything all right? Is it because of the company? Nah, stuff on my mind. Don't worry about it. You too, huh? Oh, know that feeling. Did either of you want to talk about it? Nah, I'm good. Just need coffee. Well, coffee sounds great. And a nap later. Should we get sorted and meet up with the others? Maybe a good idea, yeah. More importantly, Dave, did this help? Huh? You dork, with what you're worried about. I guess so. What about doing stuff as a group? Well, I still want that to happen, of course. Board games, right? Well, anything really. I just want to stress how important all three of you are to me. The other three too, but... What? Well, we're going to have to get along, huh? Right. That might be difficult. Really? 'Cause of me, huh? Right, but not you specifically. Roswell, I'm guessing. He was laying into you pretty hard yesterday. At least he's grown a pair. That's one way of putting it. It was a little odd. He's not normally that much of an asshole? Well, no, but... Well, it's not really a nicer way of putting it. Look, I get it. I'm an ass. I did bad things to him. I deserve it. How long ago, though? Even I hear the stories, but truth be told, I probably judge you faster than I should have based on them. Orlando told me stories too. For that, I apologize. Ah, fuck it, I get it. No point hiding I've been an asshole to people in the past. But he's a good person now. I'm getting better, pup. Trying to, at least. But... no buts, pup. For what it's worth, it's admirable. But forgive me for still being cautious. Oh, same here. Yesterday helped, though, believe it or not. Remind me to pull you aside for a chat too, Tyson. Something I want to run by you. What? I looked between the two of them before noticing Dean gesturing my way. Tyler gave me a look before nodding to Dean, seemingly catching on to something. All right, sure. I looked at Sal, who seemed to be looking elsewhere, distracted by something. But I knew Dean and Ty well enough that even if I asked, they weren't going to tell me. We should go downstairs now, right? Sort out breakfast and whatever. Yeah, plus get into a fresh set of clothes, too. All right, I guess I'll see you guys downstairs then. Well, thanks for hosting us in your room, Sal. Or next time, clean your room better so you can host. Hey, maybe I'll do the same. You know, then I don't have to worry about leaving afterwards, can have us sleep in. I left behind Dean, heading towards my room. I didn't get very far, for I felt his hand entwined with mine and he pulled me into his instead. No sooner than we'd end up on the other side of the door, he closed it behind us, pressing his muzzle against mine firmly. I squeaked as he kissed me, holding me against the bedroom door as his tongue explored my mouth. When he pulled away, my cheeks were red, but I was certainly more awake now than I had been so far. Sadly for Dean, he looked just as tired, if slightly happier than he had been in Sal's room. Morning, handsome. Good morning. What, cat got your tongue? No, but, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Hey, behind closed doors, I'm taking advantage of all the alone time we can get. Well, at least until it's official. Well, unless you're not okay with that. Oh, no, it's fine, just, I adjusted myself, clearing my throat and trying to find the words for how I was feeling. I just assumed you'd be too tired to, what, kiss you? Or maybe we're going beyond that into something involving a lot less clothes, maybe. Even still, if you asked, I'd still probably still try. Why? Are you asking? No. I gave Dean a gentle shove to give myself some breathing room, catching a whiff of how he smelled. Surprisingly, not of honey. Huh? What? I smelled again, stepping forward and burying my face into his fur. Silently took to slip his hand into the back of my pants. The scent that lingered on his fur had remnants of that honey smell, but otherwise just earthy, slightly sweaty. Why are you smelling me? I need a shower, sure, but... Oh, it's a normal smell of honey. Oh, is that all? Well, it's in most of the stuff I use for my fur. Shampoo, conditioner, even have some moisturizer that Hoss recommended. But why honey, though? You don't like the smell of honey? No, it's fine. It's very... you? At least all I associate you with now. Well, I'm your honey bear after all. My honey bear? Well, of course, you're my handsome little honeybee and I'm your honey bear. I chuckled as he kissed me atop my head. You're conscious of how I smell, though? Well, not really. It's a nice smell. Whenever I smell honey, I think of you, at least. It's like that for a few things. Oh, that's news to me. Want to share? Maybe some other time. I'm more interested in what stopped you from sleeping last night. Oh, that. Dean wandered over to his bed and sat down on the edge, picking up a fresh set of underwear from a clothes pile nearby. I was going to take some medication, you know, after what we talked about yesterday. Yeah, and you said priorities changed. All right, sometimes... well, it's easier to not sleep, especially if it gets real vivid. So you just lay there awake? Well, having you cuddled up made things easier, made me feel like I was doing something right. I wandered over, standing opposite Dean as he continued. It was nice, but, I don't know, would have been nicer in my bed, with a bit of privacy. Well, I wouldn't mind trying it. Or sharing a bed with me like we originally planned. Well, if it'd help. And what if you rile me up that I might want to do something else before getting some sleep? Well, I looked Dean over, eyes trailing down a little farther than they probably should have, if we're going to share a bed, and if yesterday morning's anything to go by. Didn't you say that I got to say when, like when I felt ready? Well, that's true, but even if you're not ready for that, can do other things. What other things? Oh, come on, Dave, you're not that naive. Oh, well, you're right, but is that okay? What, potentially seeing each other naked, touching, or... and mouth stuff, right? Mouth stuff, huh? Well, hey, I've never sucked a dick before. Is there a right way to do it? Are there rules? Well, not really any rules aside from just watching the teeth, but we don't even need to go that far if you don't want to. I must have been bright red from how hot I was feeling in the face. Not only that, but the look Dean was giving me made it all the worse. Hey now, no pressure. I'll even put on more clothes if that'd make you feel better so we could just cuddle and sleep. But if I wanted to do more? Then all you gotta do is tell me you're ready and we go from there. I nodded slowly, watching as Dean smiled through a loud yawn. You sure a nap is going to be enough for you to get caught up on sleep? I hope so. Probably will use some medication tonight, so let's aim for tomorrow night. That work for you? Oh, for the briefest moment I'd forgotten about my meeting with Oz. All things considered, it worked out well, so I nodded quickly. Sure, tomorrow night works. I've been, well, there's something I wanted to do tonight anyway. Oh? No, nothing like that. Just something I need to sort out is all. Well, alright. If you need a hand, let me know. Don't know how much help I'll be in. I'll be out of it after all those meds, but I'll come running if you call. Thanks, Dean. Dean stood up and kissed me on the forehead as he wandered past me and into the adjoining bathroom. For me, I headed back to mine to get changed properly. The lack of coffee was starting to get to me, and I had a big day ahead of me. I came downstairs, with everyone else arriving within minutes. My eyes looked at each of them in turn, checking them off in my head. The moment all 6 of them were in my sights, I sighed out in relief. Good morning, everyone. Morning. I hope everyone slept all right. I could have been better. Wouldn't mind if it's a longer rest. I still feel sort of stiff after yesterday. I looked across to Orlando, catching him watching Sal briefly before looking at the ground. Good. Now, with everyone here, I suppose I should ask anyone killed Benson last night? Anyone? My heart sank, stomach sinking. Was Roswell making light of what I went through yesterday now for some reason? The fuck is your problem? Roswell, what's gone into you? What, too much in poor taste? Well, sorry for me for trying to. I started to drown out what the other was saying, something else catching my ear instead. It was distinctive clacking of shoes on tile, each stride taken with deliberate purpose, measured in equal cadence. Even Roswell, Orlando and Tired stopped talking and looked towards the door to the dining room. Standing there, hands clasped behind his back as if nothing was wrong, was Benson. Good morning, gentlemen. All of us watched as Benson kept his pace, walking around us to the kitchen. He opened the door, looking back at me before calling out, Master Dave, would you mind if you and I had a chat in private? Should not take long. I found myself pointing at myself, with the otter wandering into the kitchen without waiting for an audible reply. He spoke the same way a teacher or a parent would, where their question was rhetorical. I guess I'll be back, guys. I pushed open the door of the kitchen and closed it behind me, looking around to see if I could spot Benson, find him near the coffee pot. Benson held a finger to his muzzle, focusing on the coffee brewing for a few more moments before he turned to me proper. I owe you a great deal of thanks, Master Dave. For coming to talk? Benson stroked the ends of his muzzle where the fur bunched up into a sort of moustache, thinking something over. May I be plain? Apologies. I mean, may I speak in a more casual manner? Oh, of course. Now, Dave, my boy, the master of the house informed me of the efforts you went through last night. The master? I believe he'd given you the title Oz to go by, yes? Oh, yeah, him. So you do work for him? Of course, I'm his butler. Beyond that, however, your fretting over my life is a gesture that has flattered this old otter, my boy. Truthfully, thank you. Well, I wasn't sure I should be responding here. Was he just humouring me? Was he sincere about how he's feeling about the whole thing? Where had he been while it was going down anyway? No one mentioned seeing him doing the search for the gun anyway.
As a sign of my gratitude, may I offer some advice?
Advice about what? Once more Benson's hands stroked his moustache before returning to their place behind his back.
Would I be right in assuming that your plans for this evening are to converse with Oz?
Well, yes, but if you know his name, can't you tell me?
I'm under instruction to not speak as plainly as I am now until you two have spoken proper.
But why?
Loyalty, my boy, loyalty. There is no greater pleasure in life for a butler than to serve the house and its inhabitants. You are bred for the role, or at least grow into it. For me, there is no more fulfilling purpose. The downside, however, is that your whims are beholden to another, sometimes to your detriment. I'm getting off track. He's deliberately testing your ability to find him.
I just have to find the library, right?
Correct.
Where is that, though?
Have you not found it? There are multiple points of entry. Oh, bother. Well, then perhaps a clue. I've been forbidden to disclose its location to you, but I can nudge you in the right direction.
Is that okay? You're not going to get into trouble, are you?
Ah, the kindness of youth. Do not worry for me, my boy. I've lived long enough that I know what I can take and what's deserved. I can assist you in many other ways, just not the location of the library, and not yet, at least.
What other ways could you help me?
If I can manage it, advice, insight, weapons, if you so desire.
Oh, weapons? Why would I need a weapon?
All things considered, Dave, is it much of a surprise? You claim to have seen the results of what a weapon can do, and yet you balk at an offer to keep yourself adequately armed for self-defence. Truthfully, I'm astonished that the offer is indeed genuine. There are many things around the manor that you could use, some less subtle than others.
Can I let you know later? Oh, actually, batteries. Can I have batteries?
Batteries? What the devil do you need batteries for, my boy?
Oh, in case the ones in my flashlight go flat.
Heavens, and here I was thinking you were planning something with a car battery. I shall see what I can scrounge up and leave them in your room later.
Oh, that should be fine.
Again, it seems we've gotten off track. Once you meet Oz, I'll be freer to talk. Until then, the key to finding the library is to talk to one of your friends.
One of my friends has found the library already. Wait, why does that sound familiar?
I confirm that yes, one of them has. After all, they've been here before.
Benson's admission left me stunned. Someone had been here before. When? Why? Which one? It must have been a habit, with Benson playing with his moustache once more before replying.
Unfortunately, that's all I can tell you, for now.
Benson turned away from the coffee pot, satisfied with how it was coming along. Either it just took a long time to get going, or this was some sort of special slow roasting process I was unfamiliar with. I watched as he started to prepare breakfast, pulling things out of the pantry they hadn't noticed before, muffins and the like, almost as it had been restocked recently. Is it normal to be concerned?
Concerned about what, my boy?
I just want to keep my friends safe, that's all. But I get the feeling the more that I mess with the things, the harder I'm making it for myself.
Ah, grounded worries at that. For what it's worth, the master of the house is a decent person, someone that I'd put trust in having a vested interest in things coming out for the best.
But is that outcome everyone surviving?
Would any other ending be as satisfying?
So I can trust him then? My question made Benson freeze, if only for a moment, before he continued preparing things at his usual pace.
Decency and trust aren't mutually exclusive, my boy. It is something you'll need to decide upon meeting him.
Okay, but do you know who's behind it? Who'd want you dead, or who's putting these images in my head?
I do not. A lot of the enemies I once held are now long gone. For various reasons, mind you, but nothing I know of can assist you in your understanding here.
But I can trust you?
I believe the best way to answer that would be to say that if you can trust Oz, you can trust me. My loyalty to the master of the house guides me to act in his best interest. If his objectives align with yours, then consider me an ally. Bear in mind, I am still just a butler. Your decision to trust in me does not affect my duties around the house. which I'm assuming after yesterday means that there is a likelihood that you may need some laundry done.
Well, yeah, sorry about that.
It's quite all right. Now, any other questions?
Just one.
By all means, my boy, what's on your mind?
Do you think we're going to make it out of this okay? Benson sighed out, going to play with his moustache but stopping short. Perhaps he's lost in thought, searching for the right thing to say before he gave me a look. I couldn't place the expression exactly, but it was somewhere in the realm of worry.
I can only hope so.
We stood in silence with Benson breaking before I did to continue preparing breakfast. Meanwhile, my eyes found the floor, tired again. Coffee. I needed coffee. Everything going all right in here? I jumped, not hearing Hoss enter the kitchen. Oh, Hoss.
Master Hoss. Yes, everything is fine. Master Dave and I were just having a chat. That's all. I hear you all had a busy day yesterday, and he had some concerns about my well-being. Well, truth be told, I heard much of it myself.
Oh, I see. Where have you been anyway? You've been scarce lately.
Just resting the old bones. When you get to my age, you fall into the weather from time to time.
Yep, lying.
Pardon?
You're lying.
Lying? My, what an amusing idea. Perchance would you be willing to lend a hand with breakfast? A man with a keen sense such as you must make for some excellent conversation.
Sure, I don't mind giving a hand. What about you, Dave? Can I help out too? Wouldn't blame if you wanted to head back out to the others, though. Dean and Tice were getting Nancy as to how long you were being, but I'm not sure how much of that was their want of coffee coming through. I can help, sure. What we need to prepare still.
All things considered, with the rate at which you go through coffee, it'd be appreciated if you could brew another pot, Master Dave.
I nodded to Benson. It seems though speaking plainly was over in favour of taking their professionalism in front of extra people. Hoss seemed to be pulling things out of the fridge while Benson continued basic prep work. I wasn't sure if Hoss was just dictating what we were having for breakfast and Benson was just going along with it, or if they were that in sync already.
Master Hoss, you've made me curious now.
Curious about what?
I was, in fact, lying. How could you tell?
Oh, just natural talent. Always been able to clue in when people weren't quite being truthful. Maybe it's all the time I spent around my siblings trying to figure out if they were fibbing or not.
Yes, that would do it. A skill such as that, though, would have fine applications in law enforcement or perhaps the courtroom.
Thanks, but no thanks. Not interested in that sort of stuff. Comes with the territory, you know. Territory? What sort of territory? Just where I fit in the world. Easier to pick out what people are intended from afar. No point in confronting anyone about it if they already know where you stand. Sometimes it's even better just go along with it. What, like acting? Sort of. Sometimes the best place to find information, or even hide it, is right in plain sight. But why? How?
I believe I follow. Who questions what's right in front of their face? People are typically prone to believing what they see at face value.
Got it in one.
An interesting concept, to be sure. I'd agree with Master Hoss on this. There have been many a time where telling someone something with no air of illusion has brought them around to believing what I've said. Even if it were a blatant lie, or even a subtle misdirection.
Isn't that bad, though? Okay, so lying already is pretty bad. Why do you need to lie?
Morality is a fairly grey scale, Master Dave, varying greatly based on one's experience and perspective of the world.
Not that I disagree, but what makes you say that, Benson?
I've served the Hammond family for countless years now, caring for the masters and mistresses of the manor and their guests. But not every head of the house has been a pleasant individual.
We continued to work on breakfast, finishing up fairly quickly, before taking out the dining room and laid out on the table. As I grabbed food myself and started eating, Dean poured me a cup of coffee. No sooner did the smell of it hit my nose, I felt at peace again, sighing out despite the mouthful of banana I had. Occasionally I'd shoot Benson looks, unsure of what to make of my situation. He was joining us for breakfast this morning, it seemed, satisfied with eating his porridge and coffee nearly as black as Dad took it. I looked to the others at the table.
which one of them had been here before. Who knew where the library was? I had a feeling I knew, but with the whole day ahead of me, I wanted to try and figure it out myself first. And I was wondering.
Wondering what?
I noticed that Benson was now listening in, curious despite keeping his attention for the most part on his porridge. What's everyone doing today?
Well, I'll probably just hang around until I'm ready for my nap. I'll maybe go soak in the tub for a bit before turning in. Maybe I'll do the same.
Hot tub, huh? Mind if I tag along?
Not at all.
Might take a load off today. Just sit and watch TV. Orlando, want to join me for a bit? Oh, sure. Watching anything in particular? Nothing comes to mind. How about you, Pig? All right, I think I've got just the thing.
What about you, Roswell?
Oh, no plans. Might just be lazy day or wander around the house. Well, okay. Not worried about me. I can take care of myself. I shot Roswell a look, wary but said nothing more on it. I didn't need to talk to him about yesterday, but I had to get a start on searching for the library. Well, good. Meet back for lunch then? Dinner? There were nods all around and I got up to leave. Benson, something's been bothering me as of late. Oh, whatever can I do to ease your troubles, Master Roswell? It's just, we're the only ones here at the moment, right? Just the 8 of us here in this room now. My eyes darted to Benson, who moved to play with his moustache once more. That's correct. The only ones currently in the manor are the 8 of us in this room, no one else. Right as Hoss cleared his throat, I looked at him. He caught my eye and stopped, about to say something, but giving me a look instead. Was he about to call out a lie from Benson? Should I let him? My mind tried to remember if this was going to be a problem or not. I vaguely remembered something about Oz not wanting to give himself away, so if he was a mysterious 9th person in the manor, was I meant to keep him hidden or say something? Benson must have caught Hoss's gaze directed at me, him too now looking at me expectantly for a decision to be made. No one else was saying anything, seemingly happy with Benson's original answer. Just 8, huh? Yep, just 8. I laughed, nervous. No sooner the words out of my mouth, that classic hyena chuckle gave me away. I snuck a glance at Hoss, who seemed floored by my comment, but made no mention of it beyond that. Guess he was happy letting things unfold for now. Well, good to know, I suppose. Might have been a little odd if the person who lived here was still, well, here. And now, Master Roswell, that's why I am here. If the master of the house were still around, you'd likely have seen him around by now. I nodded slowly. At this point I wasn't sure if I was convincing myself further on what Benson claimed to be fact, implicating one of my friends as Oz or not. Only a 8, huh? Well, hey, if Benson never wanted in on the scavenger hunt proper, at least we'd have even teams. Oh, no. These old bones are much too tired to be gallivanting around the place like I did in my youth. Though I appreciate the offer. Well, if you change your mind, just let us know. Why, I believe I shall. But I believe for now I shall clean up from breakfast and move to doing some laundry. I shall be around if anyone needs anything at all. Benson picked up his breakfast dishes and wandered into the kitchen without another word. I watched him go, fidgeting as whether or not I'd made the right decision. Well, that clears that up. Well, I'm going to go wander around the mansion, see everyone at lunch. Roswell left soon after in the same way Benson did, disappearing into the kitchen.
Well, I'm going to get changed for the hot tub. I'll be coming too. Tyson?
What?
You're coming, yes?
Oh, yeah, give me 5 to get ready. The 3 of them filed on out, leaving their spots at the table as they were. Thankfully, he hadn't made them too much of a mess, but... must have been in a hurry. They didn't clean up after themselves. Ross started stacking the dishes along with Tyson's before moving on to Sal's. Well, I was going to offer to clean up for breakfast anyway. Least I could do given you help make it. Well, I'm happy to help out too. Many hands and light work and all that, right? Sure, between the 3 of us it'll be quick. We gathered what we could and brought it into the kitchen, making a few trips back to put what leftovers we had back in the fridge for later. That should just about do it. Shouldn't we wash the dishes too? I feel bad just leaving them for Benson.
They'll be fine, right? Will it be, though? Probably.
Come on, Orlando, let's go hang for a bit.
I watched both of them leave, sizing up the dishes. There weren't all that many in the grand scheme of things. Maybe I should do the dishes? At the same time, though, I could just as easily leave them for Benson to do. Okay, dishes. I wandered over the sink and started working down the list of things I needed. Dish soap, check. Plug, check. Sponge, double check. I don't know why there were two, but I guess I had a backup in case one broke. The sponges break. I started filling the sink with hot water, waiting until it was actually hot before putting the plug in. Dad said that only hot water made dishes clean. I remembered Orlando saying something to that effect too. Then again, the stuff Orlando used was really fancy. All he said you had to clean them in a particular way to stop them from breaking or just going bad. Plug in, dish soap in, and the water began to foam. Okay, so what do I clean first? I looked at what Hoss, Orlando and I gathered. There were plates, mugs, some glassware too. I wash glass first, right? Or was it plates? Let me think. Water is clean, which means the first thing I clean is glass, I think. That way they stay really clear. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. As I washed the glassware, I noticed that after I'd scrubbed them clean, they were crystal clear after the suds had been rinsed off. Then came the plates. Hoss and Orlando already started things by scraping off what scraps were left over, so all I had to do was scrub them free of grease and the like. With the plates done, the water was starting to get cloudy. With only a few mugs left, I washed them up too before sitting them aside. As I dried my hands on a tea towel and turned around, I came face to face with Benson. Benson. Hello.
What are you doing, Master Dave?
Oh, I just thought dishes. Healthy, no? I gestured with my shoulder with my thumb, hoping I'd done a good enough job to pass for something a professional butler could do.
Well, it is appreciated that you'd step in, but that is very much why I'm around.
But helping is good, right?
Oh, absolutely, Master Dave.
Just Dave is fine.
As you wish. There is another thing I wish to thank you for, at least now, knowing you did the dishes.
What's that?
For not pointing out the Master's presence.
Well, there's every chance that he's one of us, right? There being an extra person will just complicate things, right?
Complications are a matter of opinion, my boy. But you are correct. There's every chance that he's one of your friends, or someone else.
Wait, so is he or isn't he an extra? I'm starting to think there were 9 of us here.
Did you not come to that conclusion when you conversed last night? That there was indeed an extra beyond just your friends?
Well, now that I think about it, couldn't you be Oz?
Pardon?
Yeah, you know the house well enough. I haven't seen you and Oz at the same time, so...
Astute observation. Perhaps I am Oz.
Wait, really?
I suppose you'll just have to wait until tonight, assuming you can find the library.
Any tips for that beyond what you said before? Benson seemed to think things over, stroking his moustache.
How much about large houses like this do you know, Dave?
They cost a lot of money.
They do. What else?
Like a lot of money.
Perhaps I should rephrase my question.
Oh, and they can be spooky.
Why do you say that, my boy?
Because sometimes they have. The realization dawned on me as I worked through it. This wasn't some movie or some work of fiction, this was an actual house, right?
Have what, my boy? I feel like you might be on to something.
Benson, does this house have hidden thingies, passages and rooms? Benson, with a knowing smile, held a digit up to his muzzle, indicating to be quiet.
Why, what a novel idea, Dave.
Wait, so...
I believe that, should you go searching, there is a chance you might find something of the sort, but who's to say? Now, run along, Dave. Happy hunting.
I nodded to Benson and scurried along. There was somewhere I figured I should start my search. I headed upstairs and wandered into the museum. This was the best place to start looking, after all. I had a good reason for assuming this too. Oz knew I was here, and of all the rooms I knew existed, there was no better to start researching. After all, where else was there likely to be a secret held? With so many books, the answer was bound to be in here somewhere, right?
Pulling a book at random off the shelf, I started to flick through it. A frown, see nothing but pages upon pages of text regarding something. The words were long and difficult. What is this anyway? Turning the cover over my hand, looking at the title. I really should look at the covers of books. This one's just about, mycology? I looked at the book again, flipping through. Sure enough, there were pictures of mushrooms, listing what they were called, a bunch of other scientific terms about them. My attention stopped on a page about death caps, a chill running down my spine. Ugh, of course there'd been a book about mushrooms. I scanned the page briefly, noticing a couple of things. Namely, 6 days? I thought they said 6 hours, but that... I frowned, thinking back on it before turning back to the book. A lethal dose was only half a mushroom as well, so maybe if Dean ate a full one, that'd make him die in 3 days? Maybe. I sighed out, slightly relieved that Dean dying was less and less likely to be a suicide. Maybe it was just an accident, maybe something else, but something I'd have to talk to him about later. Not only that, but it gave me another chance to ask him what he's talking to Roswell about too. Mycology? Didn't you be into mushrooms, Dave? Whoa. Well, it's only me, don't worry. Doing some wandering of your own? I have expected you to follow the others to the pool or even hang out with Austin or Lando in the rec room. Well, I just thought I'd do some research. Oh, on anything in particular, or... you don't have to try so hard, Dave. A lot of these books are well beyond the normal comprehension level of people our age, Dave. I can still try. After all, after yesterday, I don't want to be the one everyone's protecting. No offence, but what you were claiming was a bit out there. Right, that's why I'm looking for proof. Something, anything to prove I'm not crazy. Well, alright, need some help. I won't turn it down if you're offering, but I'm able to do it myself, I think. Well, if you say so, I'll just go look over here for some completely unrelated reason then. I shot Roswell a dirty look as he wandered away, snickering to himself. Seemed as though his attitude was still lingering. The next half hour we just looked through books in silence. At some point Roswell picked something out and sat down on the floor, leaning against the walls. He idly read something he'd chosen off the shelf. So much for being beyond our level of comprehension. Still I kept at it before finding the green-covered book and flicking through it. The moment I saw floor plans I knew I'd hit the jackpot. Most of it was about the architect that built the house, but thankfully he had the original floor plans along with annotations, on some notes regarding the layout. The downside, however, no library. In fact, a large portion of the house seemed to be just not here. The vault wasn't listed in the basement. Some of the rooms I hadn't been to weren't on here, almost as if they'd added a whole extra wing as an afterthought. Damn, I thought that'd be it. And what would be it? I hesitated, wondering whether or not it'd be best to clue Roswell into what I was looking for, whether or not he was the one that had been here before. I shot him a look, sizing him up. I was wondering if there was, maybe a clue as to how the mansion was built. Or anything in particular. Maybe a clue to where more metals could be. Roswell looked at me, expression blank, shy of that smile he had plastered on his face. It was hard to tell what he was feeling, but it was clear he was thinking in the silence following my question. Hidden rooms, stuff like that. Hidden rooms, huh? Interesting. Interesting how? Well, it'd be very on theme, don't you think? What, like Murder Mansion having secret means of moving around to get us? Exactly. Wouldn't surprise me if there was something given how big this place is. Why wouldn't you have a secret panic room? If you're rich, why not splurge on one? Is that normal? Well, like I said, you have the money, why not? I feel like that's sort of a waste of money, isn't it? Or maybe, unless you're hiding something there as well. Maybe. Well, in any case, secret room seems likely. Huh. Well, any ideas on where any could be? Honestly, they could be anywhere. Unless you went through every room with a fine-tooth comb, you're unlikely to get one by accident. You have a fair point. But are metals really why you're doing this? Or are you just itching for an adventure? I gave Roswell a quick once-over, unsure. I've got to do something right, especially after yesterday. Maybe there's something more to what's going on. Well, I say sure was something, I'm not going to lie there. Yep, you were tearing to tie something fierce, too. So what if I was? Don't you think you were going a bit overboard? I'd never seen you act that way. It was, well, it was what? You were being a bit of an asshole. Like saying he's unable to love? That's pretty low, Roswell. And if it's true? But how do you know it's true? Have you spoken to him recently? Why would I go and do that? You do remember who he is, right? Tyson. The Tyson, remember? No, I remember just fine. Remember, he's my friend. You really think that? You really think that he's what? That he's changed? Well, yes, given his behaviour so far, why do I expect that all of a sudden he's turned over a new leaf? Because he hasn't? Exactly. No, what I mean is, it wasn't sudden. He's been like this for a while. You were gone a long time, Roswell. Things change. You can't honestly expect me to believe that you've fallen for him. No, not that, but just, go on then. He's important to me? Roswell shook his head, sitting his buck down and standing from his spot on the floor, rubbing his temples. You have Stockholm Syndrome pretty bad, Dave. What? Have you forgotten everything bad that he did? What do you mean? You can't honestly tell me you've forgotten everything he did to us. He shaved your fur, he stapled my ears to the school notice board, he dragged you around by the tail. Need I mention the countless times he beat you for your lunch money? But that's all in the past. What, I'm just meant to forgive him? Oh, sorry, Tyson. Yes, I should just forgive you for everything now. Dave said it was okay. That's not what I meant. Then what, pray tell, are you meaning? It's not really my place to say, is it? Do you generally have a reason for him? You're just making excuses. I sighed out, mimicking Roswell and rubbing my own temples. Just, when you moved away, a lot happened. Sure, Orlando was around, but Tyson was also around. Things changed. But I also learned about other things, why he did some of the things he did. Oh, this is going to be good. What sob story did he tell you, Dave? Not so much a sob story, but I was over at his place once and there was a fight with him and his dad. Kept me behind him the whole time so his dad didn't get to me too. What, and you just stayed there? Why didn't you run? Because I wasn't going to abandon him, Roswell. You just hurt him because of me or something else. It didn't matter. You don't just abandon people in trouble. You can't be serious. I am. What would my dad have thought if I left him in the lurch like that? He was in trouble and I was the only one that could help. So what happened after? He then tell you his life story? No, this all happened after I knew bits and pieces. This was more proof, maybe. Not that some of the things he said was stuff he'd normally lie about anyway. Like the lunch money thing. What about the lunch money thing? Well, probably doesn't show now, but he doesn't get to eat every meal, Roswell. I find that hard to believe. Okay, so maybe I invite him over pretty often to eat. So now he's just leeching off you at home. It's not like that. If you didn't get to eat every meal, sometimes per week, what would you do? Roswell, he stole from us. He didn't go hungry. Whether he wanted to or not, he didn't have a choice. When his dad was blackout drunk, he showed me. The cupboards were bare. What little was in the fridge had gone off. It was real bad. That's not an excuse. Look me in the eye and say that, Roswell, I dare you. You've been so harsh on him, you haven't given him a chance. You don't even want to give him a chance. Yesterday was just not fair, so much so you should probably apologise. You can't be serious. There's no way I'm apologising to him. What, and you're going to keep picking fights with him? You're the smartest out of everyone here, Roswell, so I expected you to at least know better. What? You heard me. Tyson can be a jerk, but yesterday you were more of a jerk than he has been lately. I let the comment hang in the air for a bit. Roswell went to speak a few times, the words just not coming. Instead, he resigned to pulling at the fur on his chin instead. It felt uncomfortable confronting Roswell like that. There was history, I knew that, but with him being gone so long, it just didn't seem right to be holding on to things that happened so many years back. So, was there a reason? Anything? Did he do something recently, or... No, not that. There's a reason. Is it a good reason? Well, probably not, in all honesty. I've just been overly conscious of something of late. Something that's worth taking it out on Ty. I just keep thinking to myself, what time? How much do I have left? How much do we have left? What sort of time? Before we part ways? The vacation? Death? We have so little time left, Dave. We're both young. How can you possibly think that? Countless possibilities for tragedy around every corner. I feel the shadow of the Grim Reaper lingering over us more and more as time goes by. I wish I could say there's just some shtick that I'm pulling, like I would get a rise out of Orlando, but I generally have this sense of dread about things. Nothing in particular, just in general. Someone's going to die, Dave. I can't tell you how I know, but I know. I don't know who either, you, me, or one of the others. It could be anyone. But then why antagonize Ty? He didn't deserve what you pulled yesterday. Well, it's not that, just... If I were to die tomorrow, if even he were to die tomorrow, I just Want to try and balance things out? That was about balancing things out? Yes. Because to me it seemed like you were being a dick for no reason. Excuse me, he had it coming. Not the extent you went to. You seemed to get in whenever you could with one thing or another. I don't want to see it happen again. You realise he's just been leeching off you this whole time, right? No, he hasn't. What? And you think there's some noble reason he's the way he is? Some excuse he's fed you? I don't need anything he said as proof. I've seen it, Roswell. I just told you that. I've seen firsthand what his dad does to him for no reason. I've seen how bare his cupboards are. I've seen him be scared as you or me for the smallest things we take for granted. Like what? Like having a safe place to sleep. Or not having to worry about going hungry. If he told me that when we were kids I'd have trouble believing him, but haven't seen it. So, he had a reason this whole time to treat us like dirt? I'm just meant to forgive him? To some extent, yeah. And why's that? Because like it or not, Roswell, he's... I nodded to myself, knowing full where I'd placed Tyson, staring down Roswell. Family. You can't be serious. I am. He's important to me. Maybe like a brother if I had to pick something. Maybe something different entirely. But he's still that important to me. If you're going to make me choose between the two of you, then, well... Is it really going to come to an ultimatum? It better not, because I'm not picking sides. Just know that if you put me in a position where I have to pick, I'm going to have to weigh up the fact that someone's making me choose to abandon someone, if they're worth keeping around. Roswell looked me over. I could see him searching me for an answer, as if he wasn't completely sold I was being genuine on that claim. Look, just no more pot shots at Tyson. He's been good so far, right? What about the other day? What about the other day? I'm not an idiot, Roswell. You're pressing his buttons deliberately. You can't prove that. You're right, I can't. I know Ty and I know you. And I know that you know. You won't kick up a fuss about the wolf and dog thing unless provoked about it. Why would you rile him up like that anyway? Was it to try and get him to hurt you on purpose? Are you jealous? You trying to get rid of him? What? Okay, fine, I'm jealous. We were friends first. He is a terrible person, and I hate that I didn't clear who he wanted to bring first. No, you need to accept that he's changed, or at the very least give him a chance. I can't make you apologise. I think you owe it to him. Or if not an apology, promise me you won't go making it hard on him on purpose. If he acts up, then by all means, but don't go picking fights with him. Fine. Roswell started to grumble, kicking the ground. I'll try. You mean it? He sighed out, retrieving his book and dusting it off, tucking it under his arm. Well, it's not easy to let that go. I want to see proof from him that he's gotten better. You're not willing to trust me on this? Well, not really. Those scars run deep. I want an apology for him just as much. So if you apologise to each other, I'll consider it. We're here for a month, so logically speaking, you're right. It makes no sense to be at odds given proximity. You wanted to pass me towards the entrance to the museum. Where are you going? To my room to read. And the apology? You're not my mother nor my therapist, Dave. I'm not trying to be, but you're my friend and I'm trying to help make things better. Well, let me work through it on my own. I reached out in vain to stop him from leaving, but he strode out of the room with a purpose. Oh boy. Looking around the museum again, I wonder if there's any hope of me finding what I was looking for in here. As much as there were books, this apparently wasn't the library. Did leave me two options though. I could check in with the guys at the pool or see what Hoss and Orlando were up to. Master Dave. Oh, hello Benson. How are things? Fine, thank you for asking. How fares the search? Not too well. I was just in the museum trying to figure out if there were floor plans or maybe something as another clue. Have you questioned your friends yet? Oh no, only spoken to Roswell, but he wasn't very helpful. Not that I asked him about it directly. Ah, well, the day is still young, Master Dave. Now, if you'll excuse me, there is much work to be done. But before I do, Oz wanted me to deliver something to you. Oh? How come? You will grow tired of me saying this, but it comes down to loyalty. Suffice to say, he entrusted me with something to pass on. Oh, I like presents. No, Master Dave, it is not a physical boon. Oh. Information. Just something to keep in mind for later. All righty, lay it on me. Bring your flashlight. My flashlight? I'll provide adequate batteries for you if you need them and leave them in your room before dinner if you so wish. Easy, I can do that. Very good. Now, happy hunting. I watched as he wandered down a side corridor and out of sight before weighing up what I should do next. There was still some time before lunch, so depending on how long I'd checked in with either group, I might not get a chance to check in with the other. Let's go up to the pool. Sal, Tyson and Dean were all hanging around by the pool, so I figured I'd see what they were up to. Plus, I wanted to make sure that Dean hadn't fallen asleep in the hot tub. That sounded like a recipe for disaster. I latched the gate and wandered on in, looking around. Sal seemed to be enjoying himself in the water as per the usual. Dean was in the hot tub as I expected him to be. With how tired he looked, I was hoping he didn't plan on having his nap in there. That seemed dangerous. Ty, however, looked happy as can be, sprawled out on the deck chair. Was he soaking up what sun he could? Was he even awake? Hey, guys.
Whoa.
Ty sat up suddenly, looking around for his eyes settled on me.
Oh, it's just you. Jeez.
Did I wake you? Well, he's been asleep for a little bit. To be honest, I was expecting Dean to be the one asleep, given how he's looking now.
Oh, later. Dangerous to fall asleep in the pool, or even the hot tub for that matter. Weather ain't bad. Could just soak up some sun and get a nap in.
Oh, I'd much rather my own bed.
Suit yourself.
Oh, sunbaking is best at the beach, or on a nice rock. Really? For all that sand, though.
Oh yeah, the beach is fine, but the sand is a killer. Haven't been to the beach in, well, years. I'd been happy to go to the beach even instead of a mansion, but you won't hear me complaining.
Well, not yet, anyway.
Oi!
Ty got up from his chair and made a break for me, grabbed me around the middle and picking me up.
Shall I throw you in the pool for that one?
No, wait, please.
All right, calm down. It's not safe to run around the pool. Oh, plus Dave doesn't look like he's got anything else to be worried if you get him soaking wet. At least right now, anyway.
Yeah, please don't throw me in, Ty.
Yeah, sure you don't want to go for a swim?
Not right now.
What if I jumped in with you?
Later, Ty.
Fine.
Tyson put me down and wandered over the hot tub with me in tow, just sitting around the outside and dipping his feet in the bubbling water, gasping at the temperature change. Sal wandered over as well, but opted to just stand nearby. So, how things been for you guys? Good day so far?
Oh, been an easy one. Although I'm for sure getting a nap in after lunch. Oh, I'm bushed.
So far, so good. How about you, Dave? I was just in the museum looking at stuff. Ran to Roswell, you know.
What did the Oinker have to say?
Tyson.
Sorry, Habit. What did Roswell have to say?
Well...
Me, huh?
Yeah.
Did he say what the deal was? To be honest, it seemed out of character for him to just go all in. I'm fine with it.
I'm not.
How bad was it?
He said Tyson couldn't love anyone, that he couldn't have nice feelings.
Pretty much.
That's pretty bad. Should I talk to him? No, it's alright. I got an answer out of him why he was being a jerk yesterday, though.
Was it a good reason, at least?
Well, I think the overall concern was how much time we have left.
What, alive?
Well, yeah.
I think I can understand that a little.
Doesn't give him an excuse, however. He can be mindful and respectful at the same time.
So what, he's worried about dying?
Sort of. It's more about getting even.
Well, shit, does he want to get a few punches in or what?
To be clear, it's still up in the air if he'll actually do anything or even what he wants from you, Ty.
I've been curious about this for a while. What did you do to him as a kid?
Hey, that's not...
I was a fucking jerk, Sal. You seen any movies with a school bully? Basically me as a kid, shaking down nerds for lunch money, messing with them, taking it too far.
God, examples?
Hey, Dean, he doesn't... sure, held Dave down and shaved him once.
My hand went to the patch of fur that he'd really dug in with the clippers, thinking back.
But why?
That's,
Why does any kid do the shit they do? Don't get me wrong, I don't like that I did it to him these days.
I nodded slowly, looking at Dean, who seemed to be struggling with the concept.
You really regret it? Hands down, got Dave to thank for all the good that's happened to me lately. Wouldn't be here without him, yeah? Well, him and his dad.
This is a lot to take in.
What do we even say to that? Look, all I'm saying is I get where Roswell's coming from. I'd be a hypocrite if I couldn't take right dish out, yeah? He wants a free shot in, I'll let him.
That's going overboard.
Well, I got limits, but he'll help him get his shit together, why not? That's very big of you, Tyson. I got my reasons wanting to be better. Don't think I'd be able to look him in the eye if I stayed a little shit forever, yeah?
Look who in the eye? Tyson kept his eyes elsewhere, not wanting to look at me.
Not to be a downer, as I wouldn't mind continuing this conversation some other time, but it's about time for lunch, isn't it? At least I'm getting hungry.
Probably about that time, yeah. Should we head in?
Sure. Alright, let me just rinse off in the shower, be good to go. Mind coming with, Dave? Want to have a chat about something?
Oh, okay. I took Dean's towel from him as he went inside, and soon enough I heard the water run as he called out over the divider.
Oh, so?
So?
Oh, should I be jealous of you and Tyson?
Wait, why?
Well, I don't know then. Because it sounds like you and him are pretty close. Closer than just friends, anyway.
Ty's,
Just Ty, huh?
Pretty much.
Oh, so I don't need to worry about dating you both the complete package?
I laughed as Dean reappeared and I handed him the towel so he could dry off.
No, it's not like that.
Win him over, maybe. I don't think you need to date him to date me.
Well, good.
Dean held his towel, an end in each hand, and threw it over my head so it hooked behind my neck. The gentle tug he pulled me to him to give me a quick kiss on the forehead.
Come on, let's go get some food.
As a group, we wandered back towards the manor with me lingering in the back with my thoughts. All in all, it was good seeing them getting along, but there was still something else I needed to potentially ask. Tyson looked back at the same time Dean did. With my attention on the bear, he wandered inside with Sal to give me some alone time.
Well, everything all right?
Oh yeah, everything's fine.
But
I wanted to ask you a question.
A question, huh? Should I be excited?
No, nothing that exciting, really.
Oh, probably for the best. But still, what's on your mind?
It's a bit of an odd question, so... Have you been here before, Dean? To the mansion?
Oh, I can't say I have. Why?
Oh, Benson said one of us had, and I was looking for something, so...
So you thought the person who'd been here might know where the thing is?
Well, essentially, yeah.
Well, sorry, it's not me as much as I'd love to help.
That's all right, Dean. Worth asking, right?
Well, of course. Feel free to ask me anything, anytime. But for now, care to join me for lunch?
I laughed as Dean opened and held the door open for me, the two of us heading inside to get something to eat. By the time we'd all filed into the dining room for lunch, we all looked at one another, wondering where lunch was coming from. Had we not decided this beforehand? Still in my mood of wanting to do more, I wandered into the kitchen. After all, I may as well have a turn at some point, right? Lunch. I looked around the kitchen, wondering what I could make. I hadn't exactly told anyone I was going to make lunch, but that should have been an expectation, right? The loaf of bread I'd picked up seemed good. Sandwiches were lunch, right? Sandwiches. I must have zoned out. I could smell the bread in my hand, and I thought back to lunch at home. The breakfast before toast had been made. Dave, are you okay?
He's got the bread.
Sal, not now.
Bread. Sandwiches, right?
I gestured the loaf in my hand in vain, momentarily forgetting if bread was a necessity for sandwiches.
For lunch, yes.
Yeah. Did you need some help? No, I've got it. Just, what do you want of them? Peanut butter?
Oh, I don't mind peanut butter, but can I have... Well, I prefer PB&J if we're doing sandwiches.
Oh, I can do that. I'll go get what you need, Dave. Call it out and you can be the chef today.
I'm going to get the bread.
But I have the bread. You can both have the bread. No way one loaf is going to be enough to feed everyone anyway. It was pretty basic, but after I got to getting the bread along with the loaf Sal brought over, I assembled it all into sandwiches and brought it into the dining room.
Oh, sandwiches. Oh, can't be the classic, thanks.
Dean sounded tired, but he took a sandwich and sat down, eating a lot slower than I'd seen him eat before. Ty wandered over and snatched up a sandwich before sitting down a few seats down from Dean, biting into his sandwich. I must have had too much peanut butter on that one as he started eating with a lot less gusto and chewed a lot longer on his second bite. Hoss came up next, taking a sandwich and taking a bite without bothering to sit down. Roswell took his sandwich much like Tyson did without a word before sitting on the other side of Dean.
Well, thanks for the sandwich.
Sorry, it's, a little basic. Hey, you took initiative and made something. It doesn't matter if it's something fancy or basic. You made an effort.
I chuckled, embarrassed, but held on to a sense of pride welling up in my chest hearing Orlando say that. You got that bread?
Sal, I don't think... Oh no, he's been literal. We walked in on Dave with a loaf of bread in his hands.
Is that not what you say when someone goes with their goals?
And Dave's goal was just bread?
For sandwiches.
Oh, honey, no.
Orlando and Sal took a sandwich where I sat the platter that carried them down. Taking one for myself, I stayed standing, looking around as I ate.
What was I going to do?
Who was likely to know where the library was? Who was it that had been here before?
Well, I remember. Who's on dinner duty tonight?
Please, not me.
I guess I can again.
Even though you were last night.
Well, someone's got to do it, and Dave did lunch. Any other takers?
Well, I'll do it, assuming I get my nap in. Might need some help, though. Roswell, you able to give me a hand?
Oh, I suppose so. Shall we plan what we're going to have, then?
Well, let's see if we can find Benson first. If he's got dinner sorted, then we won't need to do anything at all.
If I see him, I'll let you know, then.
Once he'd all been fed, I took the platter back into the kitchen and wandered back into the foyer. Everyone else had wandered off for the time being, didn't even pay attention as to where. Not that anyone had stuck around to see what I was up to either.
Well, now what? I guess I could,
Oh, no, wait. I didn't notice Benson till he cleared his throat, just standing just off to the side.
Ah, is everything all right?
Oh yeah, everything's fine.
Although, yes.
Still not looking finding where I'm meant to be going tonight.
This is unfortunate.
No new clues for me.
Regrettably, I'm unable. You shall have to question your friends on this one alone.
Oh, all right.
Apologies, Master Dave. I have faith you'll think of something.
Thanks, Benson.
Shall I give you some space, Master Dave?
Yeah, okay, I think I know where to go from here.
Then I am glad.
Oh, but, Benson?
Yes?
Thanks.
Think nothing of it.
I watched as Benson wandered off down the corridor back towards the kitchen, leaving me alone in the foyer. I looked up the stairs, the first floor, frowning. I felt bad about confronting Roswell about his behaviour yesterday when I was in the museum. I wanted to go check in on him. Roswell? He didn't look up from his book, but he looked troubled all the same, gesturing me closer. I sat down next to him on the sofa, waiting for him to make the first move. With a sigh, he closed his book and looked off into the distance, looking wary. Are you okay?
Well, yeah. I owe you an apology, a proper one.
It's Tyson you owe an apology to.
Well, not that.
Roswell breathed in deep, sighing it out again before looking at me proper.
Then what for?
For assuming I could come back into your life as nothing happened, like I never left. I gave Roswell a confused look and found myself scratching my head. You never left, though. We couldn't hang out, but Dad helped me send you letters. Occasionally send each other an email, like I just assumed. I scratched my head, sighing out. I guess things changed a bit while you were gone, huh? We sat in silence for a few moments before Roswell spoke again.
You know, I think I'm going to miss school.
Really? Why?
Well, I'm good at school. I'm good at homework and academics. Being top of the class, though, the attention was nice.
But what about getting bullied?
Well, no, I'm not going to miss that. If anything, that's something I'm probably a little thankful for. That feels weird to say. Being grateful I was used to Tyson, so I knew what to expect moving forward.
Roswell rubbed the bridge of his nose, grumbling.
I guess what I want to say is, the specific reason I'm jealous? You look at Tyson with such adoration, and for Dean it's just some awe-filled expression I just can't place. When you look at Orlando, you're so calm and cheery.
I shook my head, still confused. If anything, it made me wonder how I looked at Roswell.
Putting my hate for Tyson aside, I don't understand why you look at him so. That's the sort of look I want to earn someday.
Well, I chuckled, nervous. The smile on my face crept along before I was conscious of it.
I think it's kind of how you saw me as an older brother.
What?
Yeah, like, how to put it?
As I got older and understood more about what it means to do the right thing, I stood up for him once.
Since then, I don't know, he looked out for me and felt like I had an older brother.
I smiled, thinking back fondly.
It was nice having someone else just around. Sure, it probably would have come across as him just taking advantage, but he did stuff too. You screwed around what exactly? He's done a lot, you know.
I know.
It was my turn to sigh out, and my ears drooped slightly, ashamed. Maybe it wasn't the best of things, but his heart was in the right place, or it was just embarrassing stuff. Like, he ditched school when I was sick just to keep me company, or he managed to get the test answers for something I was freaking out over. Maybe he stole them, he never said. But even outside of school, he'd check in and make sure I was okay. He'd take me places on the weekend and show me stuff that he thought was cool. To be honest, he never really asked for anything. He called the shots and made sure I was cool with it in some way beforehand. That doesn't sound like the bully I remember. Because he's not anymore. Like I said before, he's family now. I chuckled, nervous. I wasn't sure how best to really put it without sounding corny. You know, I care. I see. What I think I'm getting is it's just time. Him being around made that happen. He's been good. It's the same for Orlando, right? He and I have hung out so often over the years. He's just been a consistent presence in my life. And Dean? Well, Dean's handsome. Oh, so that's how it is. Wait, no, what I mean is I guess it's part that, but I'm still trying to figure out the rules and expectations of how to date someone. I like his confidence, at least. Orlando seems to like pushing me towards him. I do admit, you being a love-struck hyena never gets old, with how flustered you can get sometimes. I chuckled, nervous, happy and embarrassed all at the same time. What about Sal? Hoss? What do you mean? How I look at them all? Right, Sal's all the same? As Dean, I mean. A look I can't quite place, and Hoss. Well, he's hard to place too. It's a positive look, I think. Different, but similar to the one you give me, maybe? Hoss gives me some odd vibes sometimes. Almost like he's, not completely honest. Not in a bad way, it's just weird. I think I understand that. He's thrown me for a loop a few times. I like him, though. Oh, you like him, do you? Not like that. Well, I hadn't really considered it that way, at least. I think I like Hoss, but I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't think it's anything bad either, but... Why don't you ask him? Ask him what, though? Well, you might know about that secret room you're looking for. You never know. That... I gave Roswell a look, frowning. Have you been here before, Roswell? What, in this room? No, I mean the mansion itself. I can't say I have. If I had, I'd told you about it before, easily. Not just that, but I'd be able to give you more info on the mansion itself, too. Like I told you, my parents organised this for me. All I said is that I wanted to go out with a bang with my friends and asked if they had any ideas. And they just... Mansion? Mansion. It wouldn't surprise me if there was some wealthy client owed one of my parents a favour, or there was something else in play like that. I don't know. Look, everyone has their secrets, Dave. Everyone. For me, I like the ghosts of my past and the skeletons in my closet stay right where they belong. Out of sight, out of mind. Not that important to be anyone but me anyway, but as far as your mission to find hidden rooms, I reckon Hoss might be the one to ask. But why Hoss? Well, it's probably a little bit presumptuous, but he's always been pretty, I don't want to say it, conscious of his appearance, over the top. I was going to go with genre savvy, but I suppose those aren't wrong either. If there's a hidden room or a secret passage, Hoss would probably know where to look. You're probably right. Wish I could be more helpful, but unless you're trying to commune with or otherwise banish a ghost, I'm tapped. It'd be worth asking. Thanks, Roswell. Oh, thank you. For checking in on me, I'll try and get better. I feel like I should go talk to Tyson, maybe. I just need to figure out the best way to do it. If I can help with that, let me know. He's, well, I get it, I do. So, see you at dinner? Yep, I'll let you know if I come up with anything with the search. See you later. Good luck. I waved to Roswell and left into his book. Still found uneasy about a few things. There wasn't anything to do about them right now. Just had to stay focused on finding Oz. That's what kept me going. Find Oz, ask questions, put myself at ease of what was happening to me. Right now my only lead was to ask Hoss. I could ask any of the others, but a suggestion of who to start with was better than picking at random. Hoss? I peeked into his room, covering my eyes just on the off chance he was indecent. What are you doing? Are you decent? Nope, stark naked, Dave. Oh, I'm just messing with you. Come in. I shuffled into his room and closed the door behind me, eyeing Hoss carefully. So, what brings you here, Dave? So, this is probably going to be a strange question. Oh, what's up? You've been here before, right? I stared at Hoss, trying to read his expression. It's hard to tell exactly what he thought of that. To the mansion? Well, yeah. Now, why'd you be asking something like that? Benson said one of us had been here. Roswell said to ask Hoss, given he's most likely to know if they were hidden rooms. And I realised he was avoiding the question. Hoss, have you or haven't you? Maybe. My eyes narrowed on him before. By some fluke I had an epiphany. The library. What about the library? The library. When we first got you said there's a library that covered multiple floors. How did you know about that? What, you haven't been there yet? Hoss, I have no idea where it is. Can you show me? Well, yeah, I guess I could. You've been there before, so... No, I haven't. With the suit of armour, you've been there. Yeah, and that's not the library. Benson said one of us had been here before. You seem to know of this room I can't find them trying to, so... Alright, you got me. Yeah, I know where it is. You good for me to show you now? I'm ready, but why would you lie about that? When we get there, I'll fill you in, I promise. Come on. I followed Hoss out of his room and let him lead me to the conservatory. I looked around. There was no way this was the library, and Hoss seemed to be aware that I wasn't buying it. So, the library. The library. This isn't it. Nope, but we get there through here. What do you mean? Alright, well, consider it this way. We're in a reading room, right? Right, so, books. Exactly. Hoss wandered over to a bookcase against one of the walls, leaning against the wall beside it as he continued. And what better source for books than a library? Nodding in confirmation, Hoss pulled 2 books on the bookshelf forward and something clicked. I watched in awe as Hoss gently slid the bookshelf aside, revealing the corridor beyond. I gulped, realising why Benson said to bring my flashlight with me. It's almost pitch black down there. Why is it so dark down there? Lights don't work, but come on, I'll show you the library. Hoss turned the light on his phone on, stepping into the corridor. One last look at the conservatory I followed. You doing alright? Stay close, don't want you tripping over anything. I shuffled closer and bumped directly into Hoss, who had stopped suddenly. He reached back, feeling down my arm until he took hold of my hand before walking forward, holding his phone in front of him. The corridor must have been long, so we were walking for a bit before we stopped. Why do we stop? We're here. Ready? I nodded in the darkness. Who knows if Hoss could actually see me or not, but we proceeded forward anyway. The room filled out before us, bookshelf filled to the brim in some cases and left completely bare in others, all of which I could only make out as Hoss scanned the room with his phone. Ta-da! The library. Huh. I stepped forward, looking around some more. We were standing on the higher of the 2 levels, so the rail stopped me from just falling down to the floor below. Well, it's dark here too, but why? There's no windows either. Nope, it's, a private library for sure. But how is this here? How deep are we? Still on the same level as the conservatory. Go down there, you'll be on the same level as the bedrooms. Hoss and I wandered forward carefully as my eyes tried to adjust to the dark. Kinda cool, huh? But there's no lights? Only candles. See? Down there. Hoss pointed down to the lower floor, where a large desk sat with a few candles set up and lit. The only way I could make them out in the dark was because they were bone white against the dark wood. Okay, so the conservatory is the only way in here? As far as I know. Huh, alright. So, why do you want to come here? Oh, I was just looking for it. But why though? Not all that much here, only, well... Hoss started to lead the way, descending the staircase and guiding me over to one of the walls. My heart sank as I realised what I was looking at. Oh, wait. Before us looked a very familiar looking door, right down to the keypad sitting next to it. There's another one? Sure looks like it. This wasn't what I was expecting to find here. What were you looking for to find here? Unless there's a book, there's nothing here, right? Yeah, you're right. But how did you find this room? How did you know about the books? Have you been here before? Okay, fine. This mansion? Yeah, I've been here before. I know it very well. After all, this was supposed to make my first big break as an actor. Wait, really? Yep, didn't realise it until we pulled up, but this is the same place. Confirmed it when I tried the bookcase. Who else knows about this? You haven't been here before, I mean. Honestly, it'd be hard to say. Benson would know if only because he was around when we were setting up. What about the owner? The owner of the mansion? I don't know, I never met him. Do you know his name at least? Nope, he was scarce when we were setting up the hidden microphones and cameras for stuff.
I always just assumed he was off somewhere else given he had free rein to wander around. I only know it's a guy based on context clues. Damn, okay. So, happy? I guess so. We stood in silence for a few moments when my gaze wandered over the vault-like door in the wall. So, what are you going to do? Keep this a secret? I don't know why you were keeping it a secret still, especially after, well, about Benson? Well, yeah. I'll be honest, it's a few different things. I left a lot of regrets here. Being here again both makes me pumped up as if I was getting another shot, but also sad they never got to eventuate. So, places like this? Well, private at least for now. Places that only I, and I guess now you, can enjoy. Secrets, you know? I nodded slowly, understanding somewhat. I'm sorry, Hoss. At least I feel like I should be. I didn't know. I mean, you know I didn't know. It's just... I chuckled quietly, putting my gaze to the floor. I leaned back on the desk, sighing out. At least I was ready for tonight, it seemed. Happy? I think so. Oh, good. Good. Hoss, are you okay? There were a few moments of silence before he sighed out, scratching himself through his mane. Just, secrets, this whole thing. Can I share another one with you? Oh, okay. It's, part of the reason why I moved out here. Admittedly, I'm bisexual, right? Oh, you like girls too? I just like guys. Focus, Dave. Oh, sorry, go on. Anyway, it's the liking guys part that's the problem. Parents are constantly asking me if I have a girlfriend, mom wants kids, but guys are just a little easy to get along with. Well, I don't know what it's like for lions, but hyena girls are scary. And I just prefer, well, I pointed down, hoping Hoss would get the picture. Oh, it's not about that, Dave. It's just family stuff, expectations. What, to have a family? Dad said adopting was always an option. A family's a family no matter what. Oh, Dave, if only. There's certain views about what a family should be that makes it hard. Me liking guys isn't setting a good example of my siblings, for instance. I shook a little, confused. But that doesn't make any sense. Why does that matter? Love is love, isn't it? Well, it'd be nice if that was the case, but I don't know. Hoss sighed out and came to stand next to me, leaning on the desk. Just the library, what I just told you. Can you keep it a secret from me? Just for a little while. Please? Okay. Only for a little while. We'll show you others soon. I just, you know. If you don't, I will. Especially because I pointed to the door he showed me, looking to Hoss to see him nod. Oh, and that's fair. If anything happens like last night, then we'll show everyone right away, yeah? I think that'd be best. Otherwise, what, a couple of days? Tomorrow? A couple of days. But give me a chance to get the courage together. Okay. For now, want to get out of here? It's dark, probably dustier than it needs to be. Unless there's something else you need from here. No, I think I'm good. Hoss moved to lead the way, making sure the light on his phone was on before making his way towards the stairs. I rushed to catch up to him and hesitated on my approach. Felt like I understood Hoss a little better, maybe understanding why he'd keep this under wraps. Nodding to myself, I took the last few steps confidently, shooting Hoss a friendly smile. All right, let's go. Up the stairs and back to the dark corridor, Hoss guiding the way until we were back in the conservatory. I winced as my eyes adjusted to the light. One last thing. Hoss pulled the bookcase back into position, it locking into place with an accompanying click. He then pointed to the two books, tapping their spines. Pull these two to open it. And to close it, I just move it back. That's it. Oh, but here's the important thing. If you're on the other side and someone's closed it, you're stuck. No way to open it from the other side. So what happens if I get stuck? Well, I guess if you go missing, I'll come check you first. Otherwise, maybe just have your phone on you to call for help. This get used all that often. You know, I'm not sure. I assume Benson would know about this too, whether he uses it or not. Who knows? Easy, I'll have my phone on me when I go to visit it. There you go. Now, was there anything else you needed today, Dave? What, so now that I've showed you my secrets, you're done? No, well, yes, but what? Did you need a hug? I kind of want to give you a hug. What?
Because before, I feel like I shouldn't have pried. And not only that, but you were with your family. Without a word, Hoss stepped forward and hugged me tight, pinning my arms to my sides. Oh. As best I could, I hugged him back, catching a whiff of something strong and tropical smelling in Hoss's fur. Reminded me of the beach. Is there anything else I can do to help? Nah, it's all right. I'll just go chill for a bit. Maybe take a cat nap. Hoss let me go and wandered over the door leading out. See you at dinner? Oh, okay. He was gone for I could even wave. Looking out the window, I saw there was still some hours of sunlight left. Hours they had to fill waiting till it was time to meet Oz. I made my way back to the staircase, sitting at the top of the stairs and looking down the foyer. What a day. I ran my hand through my fur, feeling tired. Tired enough that I considered taking a nap, which in turn made me remember that Dean was likely taking one now. Dean had walked in on me sleeping and joined me. Plus, if I was going to be up late tonight, it makes sense I had a nap, so I wasn't falling asleep, right? Convincing myself on the way to Dean's room, I opened the door slowly, peeking in to find him sprawled out on the bed asleep in just his underwear. He'd walked into my room already undressed, and there was no way I was going to get into bed with him fully clothed, nor with how damp I'd likely end up in case I drifted off and he drooled all over me. Off came my shirt and I stretched, wandering close to the bed. Dean's clothes were dumped in the middle of the floor, seemingly strewn about. I didn't realise he had so many of the same plaid shirt. So I tried to take my pants off. Oh, what? Who? I turned to look at Dean. He'd woken up, still in the daze, trying to make out who I was. His curtains were drawn, so the room was darker than normal, but he sighed out. Oh, it's just you, Dave. Holmes gave me a heart attack. Everything all right? Oh, yeah, I just thought, Will you join me? Yeah, is that all right? Well, of course, although I don't know how much sleeping we'll be doing. You know, given you're undressing. Hey, you've seen where I wear to bed. You've even felt it. I placed a hand on his face and pushed him back onto the bed, chuckling. Do you want a cuddle partner and a nap, or should I put my clothes back on? Oh, nah, you're perfect. Come join me or we can get a couple of hours in before I have to get dinner sorted. Dean shuffled aside, making sure I had enough space to lay down. He stayed on his side, head propped up on elbows. I mirrored him. So, good day so far? Well, it's been good. How's your nap been? Well, fine, until you woke me. Sorry about that. Oh, it's fine. But how are you going to make it up to me? Dean placed a hand under my chin, scratching gently for moving that hand over to my neck, and then it rested there just above my shoulder. I don't know, maybe, well... I placed my hands on his chest, rubbing and scratching gently. They dipped lower still, down his belly towards the waistband of his underwear. Yeah? I leaned forward and snapped the waistband of his underwear back, holding his gaze. I threw caution to the wind after a moment of hesitation and felt him up through the fabric. Dean breathed in suddenly, rumbling in his chest right up until I pulled my hand away. I think that's enough for now. Oh, wait, what? But that's payback for yesterday. But I guess I could let you cuddle me and get a kiss. Oh, I guess I had that one coming. I planted a quick kiss on his nose before settling in. Tomorrow night, though, maybe, Oh? Maybe, I don't know, maybe start with being naked and... I don't know. Oh, works for me. You set the pace and we'll go from there, all right? Okay. Come on, get comfy and let's get a nap in before dinner. It didn't take long for Dean to get to sleep, and after listening to him for a while, I drifted off too. The next thing I know, Dean's phone was going off. Some alarm he'd set so he didn't sleep too far into the afternoon. We both got up and got dressed to head downstairs for dinner. I entered the dining room for dinner in a daze. My mind was going a mile a minute. I remember Dean wandered over at some point and sat a plate of pasta in front of me, kissing me on the cheek, but I didn't respond. Maybe he was just worried. I thought I was hungry, but as I got closer to the meeting with Oz, I found I had less and less of an appetite. I ate half and spent the rest of dinner playing with what was left with my fork. Dave, are you alright? Huh? Well, you've been spacey all dinner. This isn't... Well, okay, maybe it's a little on brand for you, but not this much. I'm fine, maybe just tired. I scrunched my nose up, wiped my face. Well, I feel it's like more than just tiredness. After all, I was there when you had a nap. No, I guess yesterday's still weighing on my mind. I'll be all right. I looked at Roswell and flashed him a smile, doing the same to Dean. They both looked at one another before shooting me a concerned look. Well, if you're sure. You need to talk, though. Well, feel free to grab either of us, all right? I nodded at them and they backed off, saying something to one another only once they were close enough to the kitchen I couldn't hear them.
When all was said and done, I headed back to my room. I showered, changed into a fresh set of clothes, almost as if I was dressing to impress. I was nervous. Was this what going on the date was like? My phone was in my hand constantly, checking if it was time to head on out. In the back of my mind, I wondered if this was a mistake after all. Was I just about to go march into my death? Should I back out? As I lay on my bed, waiting, all I could think of was if I'd survive the night and see my friends again in the morning. Not just my friends, but also, well... I sighed out a shuddered breath, wiping the corners of my eyes. I had to steel myself. I could do this. And then it was time. Carefully I left my room, checking if the coast was clear. I had my flashlight in my hand, primed with new batteries thanks to Benson. Not only that, but seeing the state of the library myself told me I was going to need it. Slipping into the conservatory, I took another look around. No one else was here, no one was wandering around. I was free to continue on undisturbed. Looking at the bookcase, I remembered Hoss's warning from before, patting my pocket to make sure I had my phone. There was no telling what could happen, so I wanted to be prepared. Okay, Dave, you can do this. Time to meet Oz. The two books I needed to pull to open the passage looked a lot more obvious now than which ones they were. Once I'd pulled them, I heard the click and gently pushed the bookcase aside. It was heavy and moved aside slowly, but I pushed it just enough to clear the gap and enter the dark corridor. I stood there in the dark for a couple of moments, bracing myself. It was a heavy darkness, different from the one I was used to, but it felt similar all the same. Turning on my flashlight, I wandered forward, keeping it trained low in case anything on the ground I could potentially trip on. As I entered the library, I looked down the lower floor. The candles on the desk were lit, signalling that someone else had been here recently. They weren't still here. Down the stairs, I wandered over the desk, keeping my eyes peeled for anyone lingering just out of sight. If I was going to get jumped, I realized I was thoroughly unprepared to fend off an attack. Hello? I flicked the beam of my flashlight around, trying to catch a glimpse of literally anyone else. As the light landed on the vault-like door, I froze, watching as it opened with a low, metallic creak. My throat was suddenly dry, making me gulp. There was a pit in my stomach growing now, a lingering dread or a worry that something was about to go wrong. Roswell's joke from days ago echoing through my mind again. Oz, is that you? A darkness lingered on the other side of the door, the point where I wondered if my flashlight was broken. I edged forward, legs shaking, reaching towards the threshold of the door before the shadow moved, making me squeak and drop my flashlight. Oh no, oh no, oh no, please don't kill me. Dave. I almost shrieked, keeping my eyes closed and arms up to protect my head and face. I heard something shuffling around near me, for I felt the butt of my flashlight nudge me. Take your flashlight, boy. I carefully opened my eyes, taking the flashlight back and lifting it to illuminate who was speaking to me. Have a seat. I'm sure you have some questions. Are you, very well. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Oswin Hammond, youngest of the 3 Hammond siblings, but you may know me as Oz. I searched the older boy's face, curious, questions running through my head. Oswin wandered over the side of the desk closest to the candles, sitting down. Oh, nice to meet you. I know, Dave. Sit down. I sat in the chair opposite him, eyes flicking across the handles for looking him in the eye. I'm sure you have many questions, most of which I'll answer for you soon. I'll get the obvious ones out of the way first. Okay. After that, you can ask me whatever you like freely. But I'll tell you now that I'm not going to waste my time answering inane questions that are relevant to what's going on. Understood? Yes, sir. Furthermore, it behooves me to tell you the truth where I can, but understand that I, too, have my secrets. Seem fair? But what if you're the bad guy? Oh, what do you mean? Well, if you don't tell me everything, then who's to say you aren't just, making me trust you so you just kill me later? The question hung in the air for a moment. Oswin's gaze focused on me. Boy, if I wanted you dead, you'd have been disposed of a long time ago. There's less sense in warning you of dangers and the like if I myself am the one behind the death of your friends. I guess that makes sense. Now, where to begin? Sorry, but I can ask something real quick. What is it? Why are you wearing a lab coat? Are you a doctor? I was once upon a time, not anymore. What happened? That in of itself is a long story. As much as I love stories, that one isn't like one of the child-friendly ones I'm so fond of. Oh, my area of expertise and speciality was pharmaceuticals and drug development, testing. In other words, I developed vaccines.
Oh, that sounds good. Why'd you give it up? My license was revoked when a test went bad. Of 100 subjects, 99 died. I tensed up, not wanting to ask what I was thinking. Sadly, Oswin seemed to know exactly where my head was, and I paled when he told me. It's ridiculously small for a proper clinical trial, but for what we were testing, it was hardly legal. Because of my arrogance, I am responsible for all 99 of those deaths. All children, too. Oh, don't worry about it, Dave. What was the medicine you were testing? Oh, a cure-all vaccine, a miracle elixir for everything and anything. Cancer, organ failure, HIV, you name it. Probably some of my best work. But Oswin's gaze narrowed on me slightly, making me go quiet before I could continue. But it didn't work. I botched my calculations along the way and created something quite fatal instead. So, if you're a doctor, what do you do now? Oh, nothing. Shy of enjoying children's stories and reading up on mycology. I live comfortably doing whatever I feel like, which admittedly is very little. But why do you still wear the coat then? Do you still do experiments and stuff? That seemed to hit a nerve, with Oswin's gaze narrowing slightly. Funnily enough, yes, I do. My lab is still in the house, hidden away given what's in there. Chemicals and poisons that are kept securely away from easy access, not to mention some samples of diseases and bacteria for development purposes. I shifted uneasily in my chair. The bar opposite me had poisons and chemicals just around. The vision I had of Dean flashed to the front of my head. Poisoned. Was what killed him something that came from Oswin's lab? We're getting off track. Okay, sorry. Let's discuss the vault itself. The three of us made it. My older brother, may he rest in peace, myself and my older sister. But what is it? It is what its name suggests, a storing place, although truthfully it's closer to a containment unit. So there's something inside. What's in there? Benson apparently has given us the code to open it if we found all the medals. Ah, yes, Father's old collection of medals. I'm not at liberty to say what's in there, and I have no intention of telling you anyway. All I can promise is that while not dangerous, it would be best if that door were never opened. I frowned, confused as to what he meant. As I pondered it over, I noticed him watching me think it through with a slight smirk. I pouted, mumbling to myself. Couldn't be that bad. Perhaps, or it could be something that could end the world as we know it. Okay, but it just holds a thing, right? Correct. But then why when I use it? I was getting to that. It was never intended to be just a quarantined room, but more an attempt at something more, a collective effort to make the world better. My older siblings were more keen on designing and theorising about it, speculating with something more than they dabbled in, and I'd much rather have something more quantifiable. But how was it going to change the world for the better? Morphic resonance. The blank stare I gave in return must have disappointed him, stopping him from getting revved up about the tangent he's about to go on. Put another way, making a better use of the inherent survival instinct instilled in every living being on the planet. But I haven't seen myself die, just what? Well, I saw Dean dead. Looked like a poisoning. A poisoning? Oh, where? Oswin's tone was just an echo, almost in disbelief. Right, in the greenhouse. What did you put into the keypad? Death cap. Oh, and there's another one with Roswell. What do you mean? It was him attacked from behind, I think, next to a book with a word underlined in blood. What was the word? Oh, discovery. And the code you used? Oh, it was the same. And then for Benson. Oswin tensed up, rolling his shoulders briefly as I trailed off. Go on. Shot, but it didn't seem right. I used the word betrayal for that one. But if this were meant to be a thing for my survival instinct, why haven't I seen myself? Perhaps I wasn't clear. The theory was it would rely on morphic resonance, but, well, you've seen how that works. Have I been in danger? Indirectly. The concept revolves around trauma. Survivors using traumatic experiences have different behaviours in similar situations moving forward. So while you've not been in danger as such, you've suffered through those events. But they never happened. As Reginald would say, not this time around. I don't get it. Nor do I expect you to. It's a load of rubbish to me, to be frank. Timelines, alternate realities, rubbish. I don't understand. I'm sorry. With a sigh, Oswin took a moment to collect his thoughts before he explained. The reason the vault showed you these things, and again consider this is all just theory and hypothesis, is because you've lived through these experiences before, in another lifetime perhaps. Those words must have some significance to how you lived through those experiences, how those events shaped your life after they happened. Those words, along with their sound played at the right frequency, is supposed to trigger the reaction, but therein lies the problem. There seems to be a lot of problems, I think. Agreed, but I'll state the specific one. As the only person present that knows how the systems behind the vault operates, I'm the only one that can program those passwords in. And I assure you, I've only programmed 2, neither of which I'll tell you, as they're the codes for the door itself to open, plus something else. But what? I stared at him, dumbfounded. But that's impossible. How else will the words get in there? The question hung in the air without an answer for a while before Oswin replied, his tone quiet and uncertain. I don't know. Oh. Now, I think it's your turn, Dave. Oswin's voice was lowered, taking on an air of seriousness. While he's very no-nonsense before, I felt the tone of the conversation get heavy from how he poised himself. I've said before, I said what I need to say. If you have any questions, I'm all ears. I gulped, looking Oswin in the eye. He stared right back through his glasses, watching me carefully. This was it. In the off chance I never had a chance to talk to him again, I had to make sure I asked anything that might be important. Okay. There we go, that's it. If you're not a patron, you're going to have to wait till the next update to find out what the questions are. But I hope you enjoyed that one. It's trying to get Benson back into the thing. It's a bit hard since it's been a while since I voiced him. I think I got it right, but let me know if I didn't. He's a hard one to do. But that was this episode of Password. So until next time, bye for now.